Hello everyone. A couple of days ago, Konami made one of the biggest announcements in the game's history, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis. Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis is gonna be a new format with no ban list, but a point system that will allow players to challenge their deck building skills, and it will change up the formula a bit, and probably bring to the forefront strategies long forgotten. Especially given the fact that links and pendulums are excluded from it. Just to give you a small idea about the point system, Genesis has this list right here. Starting off, it will come with a 100-point budget technically, so you have 100 points that you can spend on some of the cards on the list. For example, if I pick up Beast Dweller, I spend all of my points and I don't have access to any of the other cards in the list. Or you can do many weird combinations of cards on this list and you get the idea. Obviously, if you know me, you know that the first thing I did was hop on Dueling Book to actually make a Gishki list, and this is it. So of course the extra and side deck are a bit basic here because we don't even know what the meta will shape to be honest, but here's my idea for the deck. I decided to spend 90 of my points for the pot of grids and then used some other points to play these two just because I had the 10 extra points. Yeah, what I wanted to do is max out on draw power in order to reach my +1 cards, so salvage and pot of grid. The other cards that draw me here obviously are Moray of Grid, Celestial Observatory, Tokusano Shinkyojin, and Upstart. This card, this is my list technically, and I just want to find the 40th card, but this card has done the job for now. It can technically target your Gishki Abyss and special summon another one from the deck, so it's another search. It's kind of decent, especially when you're digging through your deck. The main goal is draw power because, first of all, obviously I wanted to loop the opponent's hand, which happens extremely consistently, sadly, and enough Gishki engine can bypass any obstacle, in my opinion, and with the absence of mostly of hand traps, particularly troll, I thought this would be a valid strategy for the early stages of this game, of course. I do think this strategy is very toxic, and I probably have made a lot of people question the format because of it, but I do hope they put Gast Kraken on the list of cards with points, probably a high amount of points, thankfully. And I do suppose though this was a small oversight because of them seeing this card does nothing in the TCG. Once again, this deck is pretty straightforward, max out on the Gishkis and a lot of draw power. And from the extra deck, the main cards that are used are Gustav Max, Ptolemy M7 very much, and Pure Light. So yeah, I think we should get into some duels right now. This deck actually has many capabilities going first and second. So let's get into our first duel. We are going first and we have such an insane hand. Many of these hands end up being insane though because of all the draw power. Like, you will get to a pot of grid, you will get to a salvage, you will. So first of all, how cool is it that we have pot of grid in our hand? We have triple pot of grid in our deck. That's insane. Anyway, so let me lower the volume because it will be a problem. Here we just are going to spam our Gishki monsters. We are going to thin out our deck. We are going to plus because of salvage and pot of grid, and we will loop the opponent's hand. I think in this game they leave because they don't want to get handled, sorry, but who would want to get handled? But yeah, let's see how this goes. Of course, normal or grimness. Even if that was 100, we don't care. Droll is the biggest problem in this deck, as I said before, but no one plays Droll right now. They will though. And yeah, we use our Gishkis as usual. Then, now that we've thinned out the deck, we use Pot of Greed, and we draw Pot of Greed. So we draw the extra one. And now we have the Ghast Krakens and multiple ritual spells and 2 salvages and the Ice Mirror, which can special summon another Abyss, which can get another Shadow. So let's see how this goes. We ritual summon the Ghast Kraken using the other Ghast Kraken. And here I will roll 5 5s. No, I'm kidding, but a lot of 5s. Sadly. Yeah, so we shuffle that back. I mean, they deserve to get handled since they are going to play Tenpa in this format, so yeah. And here they realize that they are going to get hand looped and they leave. But I still continued to do the loop just so I can show you. And the counters here show the cards looped. So then we summon another Ghast Kraken. We use Ice Mirror, special summon the Abyss, get another Shadow, use the other Shadow, get Mirror, loop Ghast Kraken again, another card. We get the other Ghast Kraken back. Salvage, Shadow again. And here we loop the 4th card, we make Ptolemy, we get the Shadow from the graveyard, we get the Ghast Kraken from Aqua Mirror, and here we have a lot we can do still. So here I decided to tribute Shadow and the Abyss because of Ice Mirror, since this card doesn't let me summon from the extra deck if I do that. And what I wanted to do was make Neri Manas and revive another Abyss to make the Herald of Pure Light and so on. So yeah, we loop the 5th card, so no hand for our opponent, and then we get the Neri Manas, special summon it, revive the Abyss, grab a Shadow, and make Arclight for next turn. So even if they draw a monster card, we have Neri Manas to bounce Ghast Kraken specifically, because you don't need to bounce itself. And yeah, so that's pretty great. Let's get on another duel. So now let's see a duel where I'm going second. They established the dinosaur thing board, a lot of board breaking with the Jurak Meteor and stuff. I don't know what all of these cards do, so yeah, I can't really. Yeah, they do have a lot of board breaking with Jurak Meteor, that's what I know, and we have to respect that Jurak Volcano will drop a meteor after our 4th summon, so kind of like any Nibiru. But yeah, let's see. I start with Grimness, get the Abyss, get the Shadow, trying to deck thin a little bit before using my Pot of Greed, because I don't want to draw into another Abyss when I have Grimness. And I grab these cards that I am able to search, as I said, and I want to search, so I don't want to get them off of the draws from Pot of Greed. And we draw another Pot of Greed, and then we draw a Dark Ruler no more. Then we use the Dark Ruler no more. Obviously this is post side, we actually hand looped them game 1 and they, yeah, surrendered. We negate the Jurak Meteor. Unfortunately we forgot to tell them to put it back in the deck, but yeah. Then we go for Pure Light, but they, before we use the effect, they decide to pop it. Then we have salvage. You can see how much gas we have here. We are unstoppable. here I'm trying to use Zilgiga's effect with the Necro Mirror, but they actually want to respond on the summon of Zilgigas. So I'll dab them back, and my whole board is popped. But still, you can see how much gas I have. Revive the Zilgigas and do the same thing again. We shuffle back this guy. And yeah, you can see where this is going probably. And the funny thing is that we still have a lot of gas because we have salvage and focused. And 2 monster negates as well. And and let's see another duel. That was after siding, of course, because I played the Necromir and the Zilgigas. But let's see another duel where I'm just going second. They are playing Paleozoic, a lot of pot of grids again. But yeah, I just wanted to show off the ones where we draw it. But any duel, even if I don't draw it, I will draw it because of Tokushano, because of Moray of Grid, and etc. Here, before putting in the Ice Mirror, I played 7th Tachyon because I have the Honor Arc, but it was just a test, it doesn't really do anything, as you can see in this duel as well. Yeah, you can see already we are at +3 cards, which is insane. Another pot of grid. You can see this is just crazy. Like, it's Gishki Exodia, kind of. I think you understand that even if I didn't have the pot of grids, I would reach them with all this dropout once again. And yeah, here the thing I wanted to show you was how much gas this deck can provide. Like, I use Aqua Mirror and they use Impulse right here. I'm like, whatever. Then they dump the transaction rollback, so they have another Impulse. And once again, we are going to do the same thing. But they Impulse with transaction rollback. Then I get it back and put the 7th Tachyon back in the deck because it was kind of useless. Yep. We get another Aqua Mirror. And they are technically preparing for another Impulse, and we get Impulsed, and you can see that we can keep doing it all day. And yeah, and we got called out here. Yeah, sadly. Crazy how this is my first and the last ever game of this format. We are tormenting people out here, I think. And we showed that. We showed that. And let's see this one as well. This is against Goatee, but I'm not sure this was played optimally from their side, but I'm just going to show it because I have it here. Whatever. They are doing some comboing. Here, for example, I would definitely at least make Stealth Kraken, since I have a P-Shark and this. Like, there are too many monsters on the field right now that do nothing. And they couldn't even bring Keef back. So, yeah. I mean, they may be learning the deck. So, you can see once again a gut hand here. Sorry, forgot to mention, I said end of main 1 in order to attack with Abyss on Paces to force the Synchro Summon, and they banish Snowpios, they banish the Paces, and they get the Snowpios back. But right now, even if they use Snowpios' effect to banish the Zep, they can't do anything because they have no space. Even if they did, though, we wouldn't have a problem because we would summon their manas before they could do that. So, yeah, let's see. Once again, too many classes, as you can see. And the great thing is that apart from Droll, all of the other hand traps, like Veiler, Ash Blossom, they won't stop you from the draw power accessing you to all these splashes. And you also have the Nerriman's protection that can help if you want to go for that first time. Nibiru also isn't a problem because you can actually use manas to negate it. And so here, yeah, we look in their hand, the two cards they have in their hand, because if I clear the board and they have Snopios, that could be a problem. Even though I have Nerrimanas as well, but I don't know what else they have in their hand. Yeah, or what they may draw or something. Yeah. And here I wanted to clear everything except for their lifeless leafies because they would get a draw. Although I forget about that overall later because I don't know why. But yeah, here we do some looping and just make another Nerrimanas to have 2 massive gates for the 2 cards they will have. Here I should probably use Nerrimanas here because I didn't want leafies to reach the graveyard, so if they summon the bases, then they can go instantly into the level 6, then force my Nerrimanas, then draw a card, and then they would have 2 cards and I would have 1 negate. But I mean, what can Goatee do with 1 card? But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I'll set up now. And let this finish. Oh, here they go for changing, but they forget. They don't forget. They probably don't know because no one knows that Nerrimans cannot be destroyed by extra deck summons. Monsters summoned from the extra deck. And yeah, I told them if they want, they could take it back, but they said like they couldn't do anything anyway, and they just are going for the draw. And yeah. So that was it. This is my list. It definitely could get... I think the main deck is pretty perfect, to be honest. I would love to be able to main the Necromirror in order to get even better going second, but it's a bit brickier that way. And I do need the 2 Aqua Mirrors because it comes up a lot. I wouldn't want to play 1 and 1. But yeah, after siding, we have the Dark Rulers, we have the Raigex, we have the Necromirror, we have the Zilgigas, we have the Kaijus. I decided to try out the Gishki Beasts because you can search them with focused Aqua Mirror, and you can draw them with all this draw power. And I wanted to have access to Exton and Honor Arc in case of some emergency, I guess, but they are probably copium. I will remove them. So yeah, that's my list. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye. Happy Genesys.